Hello everybody, welcome. I did my grocery shopping, I forgot to get coffee, so no coffee. We will get it rolling, I promise we'll get it rolling, but I forgot, so I'm not in the habit of buying it anymore, so yeah, I will make sure I do that. No, WP, don't yawn. Hello, Steve McGee, by the way. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad that some of you East Coasters are making it every time and every now and then. It's probably not going to be a master stream. Why would it not be a master stream? Oh, is it? It's Monday, right? Isn't it Tuesday we were going to do Druidstone? Or was it Monday I was going to do Druidstone? It was today, wasn't it? How has it been a whole week since last time we did that? Well, I've not prepped for that. I've not set that up, so we're going to do Master instead. We'll look at Druidstone tomorrow maybe or something. Yeah, Jesus. Oh. Yeah, I did it Monday last. Ooh, Monday Fun Day. That is a really cliche kind of. I don't want to have a Monday Fun Day. I'll have a Tuesday Fun Day. Tuesday Fun Day. Whatever that accent is. Okay, so yeah, we'll be doing Master. Because the title's wrong and I haven't set up Druidstone and I've got ideas of things I want to do for Master here today. But yeah, I guess we'll do Druidstone tomorrow then. Okay. Woo. Jesus. Okay, also, yesterday's donations and subs didn't get rid. I didn't actually think I would have any yesterday, but you're right. I did forget about that. Yesterday's stream was a bit, Oh, yeah. Look, when we get that end screen that shows that stuff scrolling, that will all be, you know, a lot more comfortable. But that's a good point. I'll read it out now. As I did say, I would try to do that at the end of each stream. So Cypher subbed yesterday. So thank you to Cypher7. Bacon Asura. I can't remember. Did we see a lot of Bacon Asura in chat yesterday? We had quite a few follows yesterday. We had a host for 8 people from Techno Newt. So thank you, Techno Newt. We had God and Monster. Lulu Casserole 22. Low Fawn. Who I read out because they asked me a question. And that's it. That's what we had. Oh, and Dex Vitality as well. Yesterday. Oh, no. Did a Jules donate yesterday? He said, Jesus, how am I missing every daytime stream from WP? I'm cursed with missing streams. Jules, thank you for that. Apparently donated $5. I did not see that. Was that at the start of the stream? And we just had another one there as well, Doom ST4. So thank you to everyone who thought to do that. You guys are all awesome, and I really, really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Okay, right. So back to business. Let's have a look at what we've got going on here. What I want to do is let's go to game source. All right. I set up some stuff yesterday that I do kind of want to show off. Just one of the add-ons. So let me. Who do we want to log in on? Who were we playing on yesterday? I guess we'll go back on list. Oh no, let's start with the casino coin, and then we'll do the races and stuff like that. But yeah. So someone told me in chat yesterday that Radial has had an update. It hasn't had an update all the way up to the skimmer. To the skimmer. What the? You know, you hear some weird things come out of my mouth first thing in the morning. It hasn't gone all the way up to the sky scale. I think it's because of the S at the start that my noggin broke on that one. By the way, I think we're NA today. Yeah, we're North America right now. It hasn't gone all the way up to sky scale, but it has gone up to Warclaw. So I really like it as it's expanded. You know, this user interface. Let's not pie. You guys can squat up if you want. Why is this my default? Why? I want to change this as my default. How do I change this as my default? What do? Do I double click? Right, so, yeah, I really like it as the UI changes. It feels like it's at a really good scale now for me at this size, with this number of slots. You know, there'll be another one later. It's interesting that no player will ever have that experience of it slowly expanding, though, unless they've used the tool through these years. And that experience will slowly recede into the distance of their minds as time goes forwards, which is a bit shame. But, yeah, so we do, of course, have the Warclaw available and on this now, and I've been running around on it on PvE a little bit. Not because it's better or anything, but just because, you know, it's a bit of a change of pace. It's a little bit interesting. will probably be on the Springer a whole lot. I guess that the casino meta got a little bit easier, by the way, with the inclusion of the sky scale. Even not just because people could use the sky scale now to traverse the city, which might be a little bit easier, especially if they've done the Unbound Magic lines here. But it's just the simple fact that the Springer got buffed, right? Like, I'm getting this row of coins faster than I would before. In fact, all the Mastery editions have just improved this even further. Hey, WP, good COE video. You can't wait for 2-hour-long Ara. Well, Ara is split into 2 parts. It's really funny, actually, okay? So, I always knew Ara had so much to say. Ara's paths are longer. There's more interesting stuff to talk about mechanically in each of the paths. And it's also paired with really powerful lore. And, finally, there's a 4th path, which is like the longest path in the game. So, it just straight up, pretty much for every dimension, has more things to talk about. The only dimension that has a little bit less to talk about is behind the scenes stuff. You know, COE, we got to have a section about the novel. Twilight Arbor, we got to have a section about the deleted path. And a kind of a section about the novel maps. You know, you get those extra bits. Ara doesn't really have any of that, though it does have a bit of a nod back to the story mode, because that, you know, it's got a distinct difference there. But, okay, so for most dimensions, there's more to talk about for us. So I knew it was going to be 2 videos the whole time. Now, if you're a ardent Discord user, if ardent is the correct term there, you might know the answer to this already, but I'm going to ask you, chat, how have I split the Ara video? Like, is it part 1 is the first 2 paths, and then part 2 is the second 2 paths, or is it a little bit different from that? Is it a little bit more complicated than that? What do you think the split is? Because I think you'll find it surprising, actually. Wait, event failed? Really? Well, it'll just recycle, won't it? Yeah, okay, good. This is it. See, this is the NA thing. There's not enough North American people on in the dead of night, damn it. Where are all the losers? Okay, you guys have had some cool guesses. So, Atri guessed 1, 2, 3 for episode 1, and then part 4 in the second one. That's what I thought it was going to be. That's what I wanted it to be the whole way through the series. And I mean, right up till COE, where I saw how long the COE episode was and how long the COF episode were. I was like, yeah, that'll be how it is. And I thought, well, that could mean that the Path 4 episode's a bit light on the ground, because Path 4's long, but it is still only 1 path. It's not like 2 paths in 1, I reasoned. And so I thought, well, that's fine if the Path 4 episode's a bit short, because I can have concluding remarks on there, you know. I can have kind of, all right, let's look back at that original interview, and let's see how Dungeons actually worked out in the end, and let's see how we feel after we've had a bit of a refresher in 2019, and what's my perspective on them now, you know, and so on and so on and so on. What have we learned? I thought, so that'll be the next. So it'll be Path 1, 2, and 3, and then Path 4 plus a conclusion. Those will be the 2 episodes. What it actually ended up being was the episodes were so long and stuffed that there's no real conclusion section whatsoever. There's no conclusion. They end quite abruptly, which I think is a little bit of a weakness of the series. But the reason I eventually resolved to not do a conclusion is because, first, they're so long, it was so much time that I'd needed, and I knew that no matter how good I made those videos, or how hard I tried with those videos, people will not click them to the extent that I think they probably could have and should have and would have, especially if it was, even today, but especially from years ago, just because it's old content now, and you're not allowed to enjoy it, and you won't tell yourself to enjoy it, right? I don't mean people like you on the streams, I mean like, you know, the kind of person that's only got one eye on Guild Wars. They're not going to look it up because they're going to think it's like guide content for something they don't play or whatever. So I knew that from the start, and I thought, well, look, I'm not going to do a dedicated video for a conclusion. So there's no real conclusion, but I also think it's okay because the whole way through, my original plan for the series was to do the interview and then just talk about the paths in the episodes, and then loop back to the interview at the end. And talk about everything we've seen and justify how the interview accomplished or missed its goals, right? Based on what we've seen. But what actually happened is I couldn't ignore the interview for that long. There were too many little moments, like, oh, there's a cave troll here. This is a lot like that interview. And I couldn't help myself. I couldn't hold off for some undetermined period way off in the future after, 12 hours of commentary or 14, 15 hours of commentary, whatever it is. So I'd always been talking about the interview. So it was kind of like, it wasn't necessary, It was pretty clear. I made concluding remarks as it went along, over and over and over again. So, by the way, this is a cool cage. Oh, it's open anyway. One of these cages you can get coins from behind. So no conclusion, and here's how it went. Part 1 of Ara is Path 1. That's it. Path 1. I managed to get Path 1 done and talked about. Episode 2 of Ara is all the other paths. Both episodes are like an hour and a half long or something like that, if I remember rightly. I can't quite remember the length at the moment. But they're both very long. I'm hearing a few dings. Thank you to those of you guys who sub. So yeah, the episode 1 is like this massive thing, and it's literally just showing off a single path. Now, how this all worked out and why it ended up that way is that during Path 1, I talk a lot about the global mechanics, like bodies that explode, and what the different kinds of Risen are doing, and what the devs generally seem to be going for in the environment. And I had to go through all the Ogden dialogue and call back to him at the Priory and like Ulfric's in the episode, and there's all this stuff that you'll see, right? So so there was just like a lot, and Loopy, right? So then the other big thing is in Path 1 you fight Loopy, and so it's like, well, I'll talk about how to kill Loopy. So there's this big section that's basically like obviously Loopy is not to the degree of a raid boss, but he has phases and lots of mechanics. He is the most complicated launch boss that they added. And so, there's a lot to talk about. It's kind of like a raid guide in the middle of there, a little bit. Not really, right? But, basically everything that's interesting about Loopy is there, which makes it a lot to talk about. However, once you've talked about everything I just said there, like the exploding bodies and the varieties of enemies we've got and all the Loopy detail, none of that has to appear again in the subsequent 3 paths, where we're just looking specifically at what's going on there. So, so that's how the timing worked out in the end. It's 3 paths in episode 2, and P4 is just kind of bundled in there. Because I right up to the last moment, I really wanted to squeeze in at least Path 2 into the first episode. I thought, as I was editing it, I was like, okay, maybe I can go like half and half, right? Maybe I can go P1, P2, next episode, P3, P4. And it just wasn't happening. And I ended up looking on the timeline at like what felt like a really meaty, really substantial video. And it was like an hour and something long. And I was like, look, if I try and get P2 into this as well, it's going to be too much. And I put the brakes on there. So, yeah. I really like that series, though. I really like the episodes. I really like how they came out in the end. It was kind of a new thing for me because... I think, I might be wrong, but that dungeon series is actually my first foray, my first, like, attempt to do anything that was pure, like, post-commentary in the way there was. Like, I sat down and shot a whole series where I have a recording phase and then an audio phase and then an editing phase for, like, a 10-hour plus project. I don't think I've ever done that. So, and I was worried it wouldn't be very good, because there's another version of it where it's real time. Let me tell you, if that was a real time commentary series, like a full-on Let's Play, you would have got nowhere near the amount of trivia, and it would have been so much longer. It would have been so much, and it would have been really stressful as well, because I get stressed out doing commentary live in front of people in a party with me. Like, I can do this stream, but if you guys were all in a Discord room with me, I feel a bit off and a bit weird. So that would have been weird with the dungeon. And I wouldn't want to sit there or force muting everyone else and stuff. So then people would have been just sitting around awkwardly. Can you imagine how long each of those paths would have been? It would have been like 3 hours per path or something crazy. So I'm really happy with how it all came out in the end. I was just worried that it wouldn't quite work, but it did. Anyway. It's probably more discussion than I should give. Oh, shit. We're on this. Well, look, why don't I just run a Zerk sword? Zerk sword's fun, man. Do I have one? I mean, I've got a Viper. It's still got power and precision on it. I guess I'll just throw this up. It's PvE, it doesn't matter. And then we could run a lightning rod variant. I really like lightning rod. Hey, maybe storm style's good in PvE. Is it good in PvE? I don't know. For general PvE, probably not. Okay, let's grab these coins anyway. This is interesting. It doesn't actually put me in combat. How did I film my Guild Wars 1 dungeon series? I thought that was all post as well. Yeah, that's true. That was post, but it wasn't really about the gameplay itself, right? Like, this is a series where you're kind of right in that really the Guild Wars 1 series was very similar. But I was never worried about the Guild Wars 1 series because the post commentary on that was mostly just talking about blog posts for Guild Wars 2 lore that had been up on the website. It was just blog post discussion, and that really wasn't any different to a lot of videos I'd been doing at that time, like Q&As and things. Oh, that was something I was going to do on these streams. I was going to not answer some questions, but instead just screenshot them and put them into Q&A videos for YouTube. I really want to find a way so that I've got Q&A. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so like that to me, that wasn't a gameplay series with post commentary. Do you know what I mean? That was an efficient way of doing Guild Wars 2 blog post lore and rounding out a final aspect of Eye of the North. Because the Guild Wars 1 dungeons, you know, that's something missing from the dungeon series, actually, comparing the two. The Guild Wars 1 dungeons are like nothing in comparison, right? The amount of reuse is insane on them. It's basically just walk through rooms, participating in the same kind of almost stale feeling Guild Wars 1 hero henchman party combat at that point. And, you know, I filled out my party with players, with viewers, but there wasn't much more to say once you've seen the layout of the Ooze Pit, you know. In fact, even when you see the layout of the Ooze Pit, there's not much to say beyond that, right? You can just say, here's the map of the Ooze Pit, and that's it. And it was also all nearly all, like, very much super sped, if I remember rightly. Okay, so apparently we're still soaked. We'll get out into the water here. Matthias says, had a day off, farmed a stack of all the mats in one day while watching the whole MCU in a marathon. Killed yourself. You watched the whole MCU in one day? Is there not too much footage for that? What is it at now? It's like 18 movies. If each movie's about 2 hours, you can't do that in a whole day. Even if each movie was just a single hour long. Did you watch it all at like 33% speed? Or 133% speed? It's 23 movies. So you got to watch them at super speed so that you can get one movie per hour, right? Some of them aren't out on home video yet, though. So, or DVD or whatever. No, and obviously not the TV shows. Obviously not the TV shows. No one knows how many movies. And here's the big question. Did you start with the Norton Hulk movie? People always skip that thing. Even though it is technically the start. And if you haven't watched it, I think the very first sort of stinger scene in the credits won't make sense. Because isn't the very first one Iron Man meeting up with the general from the Hulk movie? Isn't that the very first one at the end of Iron Man 1? You wouldn't recognize who that guy is. It's kind of funny because that franchise was built out of those post-credit scenes. In a way, like they are such huge forces within that franchise, and yet the very first one's quite unceremonious. You know, it's not like Nick Fury was there right at the start. It's not like we had what you think of as like the MCU Trinity now. Though I hate that phrase being used for the MCU people. The Trinity is a DC thing. No stinking Marvel taking that. No Stan Lee fanboys getting their own Trinity. Was Fury in the very, very, very first one? I thought it was two guys at a bar. And it wasn't Fury. I thought Fury appeared in the second one where he's like, we're getting together a team. Oh, have I got it reversed? That was the second. The bar scene was so the bar scene was way less interesting than the original one. Okay, so the first one is cool then. Oh, I thought that it was the other way around. It's kind of weird. All right, fair enough. I'll bow to the superior nerds in chat. I thought Hulk was the bar. I guess I'm wrong. Oh, wait. How could Hulk have been the... Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, anyway. I've completely walked out of range with the coins here. Anyway, it's good to see that you spent your day off so well. So, by the way, I only got 25 on this phase. There should be more. I'm going to show you my bank in a second. I'll show you my stacks of mats. Did I just get mail from you guys? Oh, no, it's these. What's this smiley face? A teal bloom. From Sozin. What on earth? What's this all about? Swirling mist, faintly glow within? Oh, this is when you're supposed to pop that black lion chest thing, right? And it gives you these. Thanks, man. You can keep it, though. Honestly. That's fine. You can keep that. Ow, come on, sand eels. Please, stop. Oh, there's some coins over here. I miss my old Earth 3. Oh, I'm not even on Dagger, obviously. Never mind. I do miss it, though. Damn it. I was close again on the Warclaw there. Elva is such a cool name. I don't know why I like it. It's kind of a cute name, isn't it? Elva? You only come to Twitch chat for fact checking. I mean, it is nice. It is nice that you can always get that extra information to round something out in like the comments of something. I think for a long time I got a bit paranoid about that, and I still get stressed out about it. No one likes to make mistakes, right? So it's a bit frustrating when you do a whole thing and then in the comments there's like some indisputable fact that like nullifies what you were talking about. That doesn't happen to me too often, and I think that there's merit to most things, even if, you know, some piece of information was slightly off base, which is usually it's like major pedantry. But you know, it is good, and I think it's not actually something to be stressed about, to be honest. It supports the video. A lot of people, like, I think a lot of content creators, and myself included, I've done this in the past, if you see that there's a comment that's like, oh, you were wrong about this fact or whatever, you really feel like that's someone's like against the video, and the person who's left the comment is like hating on the content and is like really, you know, is trying to drag it down or something. But they're not really. They're just sort of providing a service to the other viewers and the other people in chat, you know, to add that little extra thing. And the best way to realize this is when I watch my own, when I'm just browsing YouTube, you know, maybe I'm watching Game of Thrones analysis. I don't actually do that, but if I did that and I saw a comment about, oh, by the way, this is slightly off, blah, 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 I just think, oh, okay, that's cool. It doesn't make you think worse of the video. It's just a little bit of extra detail. All right, there we go. Look, there are numbers here. Actual numbers. I got a 7k strike there. Still need to sort the utilities out, though. How much flat damage does this do? I don't really know. We failed this, by the way, 2 days in a row. I have no idea how I would, so to speak, rotate on this. I guess I can throw random thingies out. And I suppose fire grab's always going to be okay. Any kind of moving CC I get. Pyro Vortex isn't going to be good because he's going to walk out of it. We got to be quick here. This is it, isn't it? This is... Isn't he despawning in like a second? Churning Earth worth it? I seriously doubt it. I could have fire grabbed there as well. We're just not getting it. We are not getting it. Maybe I should log on to an actual build in the future. I don't know. People really need the help on that. Maybe I shouldn't be a casual on this. All right. Okay. Well, that's fine. So, look, we've got now 307 casino coins. So we can pick up something else. Since we're at the 300 threshold, is it 300 we need for this next purchase, or was it 350? Elva is the actual real-life world for... baby eels. That's cool. What's the foundation for that word? Why does that exist? Elva. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe I should focus on breaking the break bar. Or come on a warrior or something and just load CC in its face for an hour. Okay, so let's see. 200, 200, Who's invited Kerry here? Is someone in chat in this little squad? All right. So, the high number. Okay, it's 600 for the pinata. We can pick up Zalenbur. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold it. Let's just go all the way up to the pinata here. Let's go highest first, right? Okay, let's drop down and then go to the Griffin guy. Where the hell's the Griffin guy? Him. I like that we're racing on a Griffin on my Tengu character. Variant of dialect eel fare. The passage of young eels up a river. Straight from Google. Okay, that did not clarify much, but I'll take your word for it. Come on, give me the pop up. Give me the pop up. All right, we're gonna one shot it this time. Ready? That doesn't count. Okay, we're gonna one shot it. Okay, go. We can go nice and low here. Beautiful. Ready? Because I remember the trick. Nice and low and central. We're gonna start flapping. We're gonna avoid that pyramid, which is a pain in the ass. Then we're going to come up. And we one-shot it. Do you see that? Do you see that? Profit. Profit potatoes. Alright, let's open these and see if we get a gold Griffin. Does not look like it. I'm concerned because all I'm getting is unidentified gear. So I'm concerned now that the unidentified gear update removed the Griffin or something. But I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure that's still there. Okay, I'm sure it's fine. All right, so our expertise our mastery is improving. Next, we go to Liz and we pick a beetle course. Doug says, I got it today. Nice, man. At the Istan Master. Try it there. Oh, well, look. Confirmation that it still exists. Okay, I'm dead in Orc Basin on this character. I remember this. I logged into this waypoint and stopped for like a second, and I just got sieged, and I got annoyed with Elementalists, and I was like, why would I ever play Elementalists in PvE? It's just for open world PvE. What I got to do is set up each of my characters with a build that I think might be really fun for open world. If we're going to be swapping a lot. And then once I've done that, what I can do is I can start telling you guys, hey, what profession do we want to play today, you know? But basically, at this exact moment, instead of making the choice myself, I'll ask you guys, and then we'll just go on whatever. Okay, so this race begins in 1 minute 40. I guess I'll sign up for it. We can get 3 laps out of this, if we're remotely fast enough. And then what we can do is... in fact, while we wait, let's just do that, okay? Less talk, more action. So, Tempest. So, I'm going to build what I consider to be the most comfortable open world PvE experience build, okay? Which... Maybe we do water, or maybe we actually stick with arcane. Hold on. So basically, what we're gonna do is we would run this on like maybe a zealot set, or you know, or an assassin's probably. Assassins is probably the better way of doing it, right? You take a heal every time you get an aura. Fire might even be good nowadays, you know. You take your vigor and regen for dodge, spam, and just consistent sustain. Okay. The stab on overloads is nice as well for quality of life, I do admit. Even not looking at the modifier, the damage modifier. A lot of this, it wouldn't be modifier driven. We would give ourselves aura at the end of overloads so that we're healing at the end of overloads. We would give ourselves perma, fury, swiftness through Zephyr's Boon. Followed by probably just ferocity and air for our air overloads and the cooldowns. followed by possibly lightning rod, because this is weakness spam. And we will be stunning things when we get shock and aura. Fresh air might be better though. Probably it's better to go fresh air, to be honest. And that's a fun sort of experience. And then my instinct here would be to go like evasive arcana or something. I don't know. All right, here we go. So we're in the race. That time went really quickly. Jesus. And so yeah, these are going to be casual laps, just to sort of remember what was going on. So we had to double boost up this. Now, I remember one of the hazards on this was like, if you go too fast, you just go flying in the air and you go over one of the orbs. So you can't boost over one of these. That was the problem. I think was it this one here? No, this definitely feels like it needs a boost. This is a bit awkward. That's awkward. Sort of wall slide there. Don't boost there because we have to go sharp left, but we can here. No need to drift there. That one's a drift. Ooh. Okay. Boost once I start getting downhill. And I need to hug the right a little bit. Ooh. What? How did I end up too far on the left the first time I ever did that one? Because that... Oh, no. And there's a little lip here. I didn't experience this before. Okay. Realistically, I don't think I want any boost. I probably would have gone fast enough that my booster wouldn't have regenerated to that level normally. So then the blue orb is actually worth something. So that's the end of the lap. And then we drift round. And we go up. Just about got that. I'm not going to use the Bond of Vigor. Just because I think it might throw the timing off of stuff. So I'm just going to sort of get a feel without it for now. Imagine being able to see that spike. I hit that because I looked at chat. Imagine being able to see the road in your racing minigame. That might help. What do you mean? Well, the idea of that, you can tell where you're going to go. The idea of this course is that it's bumpy. It's sort of an off-road. It's kind of a mountain biking feeling thing. That's the point of it. They did multiple races at once. Some of them are very, very, very clear where you go. Like, that's the flavor of the course. It's a bit weird to be sarcastic as though it was like an oversight or they just went. Unless maybe I'm misinterpreting what you said in chat there. Are we talking about a different racing minigame? I mean, this is certainly the only Guild Wars one, right? Okay, if you boost there, you can... that's a bit awkward. I'm not sure where that boost is meant to be. Blaming chat. It was because of chat. I didn't see the little rock because I was looking at chat. It was totally because of chat. You know what I'd really love as well? I don't know if Cho's here for this as well. This is something that I've always thought would be cool. If instead of me having chat up on... this is beyond Cho's sort of remit, I guess. I'm not going to say talent, but I will say the kind of thing Cho does. But imagine an overlay in Taco or whatever that you like hook up to the browser source of your Twitch page, and it posts the chat over your in-game chat. Yeah? Oh, how good would that be? So you can see Twitch chat in game. The streamer can see Twitch chat in game, like where they would look at their in-game chat. So it's just really easy and comfortable and smooth to just take a cheeky little look over. There probably are like always on top window solutions to get in chat right in your face. Maybe make it translucent or something. I don't know them though. Chat, did he hit the spike again while not looking at us? I didn't hit the spike that bad that time. I didn't hit it that bad that time. Any leaked skins for Sky Scout? Actually, I don't know. I would assume that that's not much of a priority for them right now, considering so few people have the Sky Scale right now. I think the number I heard most recently was 5,000. 5,000 people have it. That's a tricky drift right there. I think anyway. I think that's what I heard. Can you use controller to move Roller Beetle? Or Guild Wars 2 not support that? Listen, man. Any PC game in the world supports controller. Why? Because it's a PC. You can do whatever you want with it. So, yeah, you can play Guild Wars 2 on controller. It's not really designed... I got second anyway. That's interesting. It's not really designed for it, and you can struggle, but all the binds could be put in. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, is Arcane actually what I'm interested in? I used to do water, okay? And you would do, like, powerful aura, and you could heal other people and stuff as you did it, and you could support friends while you did it, and it was very cool. So, like, if you play the game co-op, then you take, you know, these maybe or something like that. This was a cool idea. However, I don't really know whether I believe in that. Maybe a really high aggression variant is taking fire so that you get Sunspot, which is a heal whenever you go into fire. Plus, what extra auras can I get, though? This is the thing. You could do auras when picking up conjure weapons, but they're going to be too clunky for the open world. I don't believe in fire, I don't think. For open world. Obviously, maybe it's just Earth. Maybe we just stay Earth and you get the protection. So, like, perma pro uptime. Give yourself stab when you rotate into Earth. That's probably the best quality of life for open world. I'm not sure I really think Stoneheart is that good for open world. Diamond Skin in open world? I don't know. But then what signet are you going to run if you go written in stone? I don't think any of the signets are very interesting. I mean, maybe because Stunbreak. But 25% move speed isn't that good because you've got Zephyr's speed already. I'm not sure about Earth either, you know, guys. I'm really not. If you go Arcane, you've already got a lot of prop because you can take protection on this trait and you have protection on this trait. So you kind of already get a lot. Even with the aura idea, it's sort of an irrelevance. If Ace of Arcane is always strong, rounds out any build. Yeah, so maybe, and then more vigor. I don't know about more vigor, and then a bit of a heal every attunement swap. This probably isn't good enough for PvE because you rotate through mobs too quickly. What's like significantly strong in and also you already have. Well, no, you don't necessarily already have weakness. Maybe this is okay actually because the weakness is so good. But you're only going to get on one target, and then the ICD is going to proc. I'm not sure. Okay, the event finished. We got our racing medallions. Let's get back on. Roller Beetle. What? Seriously? And my pressure here is really low because I'm still on a Condi set. Okay, thank you. Alright. Beat it up. Alright, so let's just see what we got here. If we can get good enough to get one gold reward over these 15, I'll be pretty happy. Because then we can repeatedly do that. I'm gonna do it. Why not? Bond of Vigor. Okay, that felt okay-ish. Because then we can repeatedly do it in subsequent days for as many medallions as possible each time the reset comes around. Do I want to boost here? This is kind of a dodgy... This area seems like a good boost. Holding the boost as long as possible just seems like a good idea. I kind of like having Lewis in front of us here. Because I can kind of tell when my pace is totally off from his. Oh, man. Getting through that's clunky. This is such a clunky... It's left really hard there. I'm never making that. I'm never make these posts that are here are just horrible. Just absolutely not getting it. He's off and around the corner already. He takes that last like little drift so comfortably. Look at that. He's not even on my mini map anymore. He's all the way over here. You see that there? Interesting. Oh, we got gold there. That was a gold run apparently. Okay. All right. Well, we just gotta do some more laps. Once we're done with this, the only one we need 15 laps on. Wait, is this the last one I need 15 laps on? I think this might be the last of the achievements, actually, isn't it? Am I crazy? What am I forgetting? We did DSer, didn't we? The other day. We did Brisbane. That's what we started with. We did Snowdon months ago when this came out. We're doing this one now. Kessex is just a beginner course and doesn't have it. So it's all just about medallions. You know, it's interesting to me. The more try-hard people are about AP, which, let's face it, is going to be a lot of the people doing this. The more try-hard you are about AP, the less medallions you're actually going to have coming out of the back of this, because you won't have dinged so many daily cycles. So, in a weird way, we're probably already at a point where we've got a lot more medallions than your average Guild Wars 2 player, and rewards from medallions than your average Guild Wars 2 player. Which I kind of like, actually. I already feel pretty good about that. This is insane. How are you supposed to do that? How can you take such a sheer left? Maybe I'm still moving the camera a little bit too smoothly. I don't know. This is a very forgiving gold. If I got a gold on that other run, was I just 1 second out of it? No, look. I could still get gold here. Just missed it. Even after that horrendous thing going up that wall a second ago. Pathetic. On my part. I mean, it's a very forgiving god. So, yeah, like, I mean, we've missed a few gold rewards as well, but the fact is, if someone came in on launch day and did 15 loops of every single race... Oh, we hit the spike again. No! 15 loops of every single race and just finished it all in one day. They ain't coming back. That's why this is a cool project, because we care about novelties, right? That's unique. That makes us hipsters, guys. God, some guy's such a twat in chat. He's like, either so easy. I don't understand how you're so bad. Yeah, that's the accent you have in my mind. If anyone ever signals that they think it's really important to be good at video games... Well, I mean, in a casual environment like this. Let's go left. Oh, we actually made the bank for once. Oh my god, the screen shake? Seriously? Is that a part of an event, maybe? Well, don't troll me. It's the first thing in the morning. I'm chilling out, alright? I'm not here to be your personal little punching bag so you can have fun trolling. These aren't, you know, YouTube comments. This is a much higher tier area known as Twitch. Alright, we got a double boost there. I did not hit touch the hitbox of that checkpoint, but it worked. So those little spikes there seem a bit tricky. I remember when I was very first doing this, I spent a lot of time deliberating on those opening spikes. Like, oh, which way do I want to, like, weave through them? How do I slalom through this? Oh, I went too far on the left. Shit. Something about the way I was lined up on those trees. I completely missed that. But up until that point, that was actually a good run. We can recover a bit with that boost. Me, who has never done a beetle race. You suck at this. Yeah, I know. It's okay. It looks easy. So it is easy. Jesus Christ. It's stuff like that where I don't have a good enough memory of exactly how the cave layout is. So I chance a boost and just go straight into a wall. Just immediately. That's it. You're in a wall and that's it. It's over. In fact, almost every boost on this run now has put me into an extremely, you know, horrible position where I'm like clipping into stuff. So, like, here, I can't even boost. I know that this is really slow, but I'm just going to go straight into the back wall anyway, because I'm not going to be able to turn in time. So this is really bad timing. Look, we had beaten it already on our run earlier. This is a real... And again, every single boost. Jesus, this one's been bad. And it started so well. Just go fast. Okay, reset. And we're off. So yeah, and as for runes on that build, I don't know, I might run, you know what might be really fun on a build like that? But is it really super good? But, maybe the, Radiance runes. And I know that sounds a bit weird, but they get the really big boon duration. Oh, I can't believe we were still going there. I was completely blind to whether I'd even got that last checkpoint, because it looked like we'd gone over it. If I just held my way there, it could have been really, really good. You get the extra, you get like immense boon duration for like the arcane stuff. You would be on Warhorn, so you'd get a little bit of that, but then also, just all the auras in general last a bit longer, a little bit longer shocking aura and stuff. That might be fun. It's probably better to go damage though. Yeah, just not boosting at all in that hallway, but making sure you start it with a reasonable amount of speed seems pretty nice. I think this one's a gold run, because gold isn't flashing yet, and I'm already in this final leg. Yeah, that's our fastest one so far today. That's our second gold as well. We'll wait for this to fill up. I can't help myself. I need to take a cheeky look. Oh my god. Side stories, Rollerball Racing. Oh, right. We only did that a couple of times. Yeah, my memory on it was a bit hazy. Well, look, we might finish this up today. I don't know. It depends if you guys want to do the sky scale. We only have to do 2 more loops of this, and then we're done with it. So that's actually loads more progress on this than I thought we had. Like, loads more. The Bond of Vigor right at the start like that, completely unnecessary. Here's the spike, but we're going so slow it doesn't matter, they're not hazards. Rush forwards. Clip that, just keep going, just don't panic. Alright, we actually took that pretty good. If I had Bond of Vigor a little bit differently. That was pretty good as well. Now, what is it here? It's like left, then right. Oh my god, if these trolls kill my beetle, I'm going to be so sad. I know obviously we can heal, so the risk is pretty low. Now, right. Ah, come on. Like, it's just like that little cube thing there. Hard left. Come on. Get it right. Okay, we got it. We got it. Once we got it. We can boost out again. And again, I think that's a pretty good run right there. That was a pretty good loop. We're up to 17th. Fully recharge, and we're off. So 1 boost, orb, 2 boost, Bond of Vigor for extra speed. Rocks are hazardous this time. We managed to get through. Doesn't matter if we're going a bit slow on this. Missed it. Damn. If I hadn't missed that, that would have been really good. But I think I was just outside of it. 20-something more to go. 20-something what, sorry? Oh, yeah, you're talking to someone else about something else. That was a good run, but yeah, we missed that orb, so now it's kind of all off. Hey, I haven't played Guild Wars 2 since Living World Season 3. Is there going to be much new stuff for me to play without buying Heart of Fire? You're making me frown. Are you trolling me? Are you trolling? Are you trollolling? Okay. See, Season 3 came out after Heart of Thorns, which was the first expansion. So if Season 3 was your most recent stuff, what does that mean? You played Siren's Landing? You play Siren's Landing? You do this? You get that far? So if you come back to the game now and you don't buy Path of Fire, which is what I think you're trying to say, so you don't get the core POF maps, how much is there for you to do? It's a good question. And I'm not sure there's much, really. There's a lot of festivals and current events and stuff, but that's not enough to sustain coming back to the game, really. I don't think. Like, you'd be able to do... No, you wouldn't be able to do this because you couldn't get the mount. If you come back having played Season 3, but you don't buy POF, I really don't think there's much in it for you. Is that a big problem for the game, I wonder? Maybe not, because I don't know how many people went through Season 3 but then left after that. Maybe more did than I appreciate. Oh, you can mount... Yeah, you can rent them, even as a play for free account or whatever. You know, a non-expansion. Is the because they could have done rentals such that they're only open if you own the content, but you just haven't unlocked it, kind of thing. All right, let's go do DS. I don't care. Let's finish up the races. Let's finish this up. Today will be the last. Oh, no, it won't be the last because we'll be. But, you know, the last time we're spamming a single course. By the way, if you want to farm racing medallions, the best way is to wait for weekly resets. So you get bonus chests, at least on a medallion race algorithm. Oh, so on like a Monday stream, we would get all the golds, and then we wouldn't come back to it until next Monday. I'm going to need, like, a timetable or something, aren't I? That would be a cool stream overlay as well, Cho. Like, a scene I can go to where it's like, all right, here is the most efficient way to do everything. We're doing beetle races on this day, and on this day, this meta lines up, and all that kind of stuff. That would be kind of funny. It depends how many things we'll end up juggling, you know? And like, okay, did we remember to get our charged quartz today? Do you remember to go do this daily today? You know? Yeah, I really think, because you're not gonna, you can unlock Living World, but you can't access it until you own the expansion. Living World Season's really good, and Path of Fire itself's really good. I think they're really pushing you to pick up POF, basically. And I don't think that's wrong, by the way. You essentially can free trial the game just by logging in, right? And you'll see other people with mounts and, you know, you can play the game and you can do things. But if absolutely everything is old to you and you have absolutely no interest in anything you've done before, I'm not sure what you're expecting to get out if you're not going to go into the recent expansion. Like I say, festivals, like the Bazaar of the Four Winds will be back soon? When's that coming back? Maybe like 2 months or something? When that comes back, there's actually something pretty cool there for you to experience, which hasn't been in the game for ages, and that's all play for free. But I mean, I can't really say the one festival is enough to... Okay, I need to take that one a bit harder. It's July, yeah, so about 2 months away. July is 2 months, guys. Come on, let me turn. I was mid-air, so I'm not allowed to turn because I'm mid-air. I was holding the button, I was looking in the right direction, but there was no traction. So I don't remember if we got gold on this last time we did it, just for the daily. So in theory, if I went back to Brisbane and I got a gold Brisbane, which I don't think I've done yet, this week, I would get bonus out of that. And if I got gold Snowdon, I would get bonus out of that. But they're just going to take so much practice and ramp into them that I don't know. I mean, Brisbane I can do because you can very consistently get even silver. All right, we missed gold by like a second on that. We can do this race. Oh, clicked out the window for a second there. And in the meantime, look back at this. Yeah, I think this looks good. I quite like the look of this. This setup feels comfortable to me. And then probably Aftershock. Probably FGS. Probably Signet. Especially if it's on fresh air. And then Warhorn. The North Wind. It's not what I want, really. That's Magi's. My legendary dagger is skinned as dragon's blood. That's weird. Where's my howler? I guess I put my howler on a different character. This one's an assassin's warhorn, so let's put on the assassin's warhorn for now. And then an assassin's dagger. And then I don't have assassin's armor on this character right now, or legendary armor on this character right now. Or power trinkets. It's all Condi trinkets and stuff. But yeah, it will be something like that, I think. Man, I hope Boots finishes his move soon. I'd love to... What I really want to do is I want to do that whole open world series in one day. That would be really nice. A bit like the I never did the dungeons in one day. But I really like producing things in batch. I think I get a bit depressed if, like... it takes me too long to like produce. I think I'll lose steam on it like midway. But if I can just like batch something out, it makes me really happy. Like I really enjoyed batching out Ghosts of Ascalon, the good chunk of Ghosts of Ascalon that I did. I really enjoyed batching out the Dungeon series. I really enjoyed batching out the Super Adventure Box series last year, which is where I began to learn a little bit about, you know, how it makes me feel. But also the Tribulation one this year. The LP was too big to batch, but it was like lots of sections of batching, if you will. Quite like that. Because I just feel really accomplished at the end. Okay. So don't boost there. If I had any context for where I was, if I'd been thinking at all about the race, then maybe I could have committed that to memory. But I haven't, so that'll probably happen again. You're thinking of the... Are you joking, Valen? I don't know if you're joking, but it's botch. You're thinking of the word botch. A botched job is like a poorly done job, a messed up job, a job led astray. You're putting a painting up and the nail falls out a little bit later. Well, it's a botched job. You know, it's a bit... That might not even be the best example I've given there, but yeah. Yeah, okay, there you go. He said it in chat as well. So you got a whole discussion about the word botch there. That's quality content. Okay. Alright, we made it. No gold again. Oh, right. Okay, because we're not actually... Oh, you know what? Gold must be easier on these, because look at the momentum you start with. Maybe that was probably already talked about by the community and probably already criticized, right? I really like this. Might be my favorite race. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's got quite a lot of hazards. It's got a nice long stretch. It's got some slightly more technical turns in there. The only thing this one's not very good, it's not very high on the spectacle rating. Like, this is pretty cool, going through the ruin. But, you know, it's nothing like Brisbane. Brisbane's the prettiest. Mount Melsham's quite pretty as well, honestly. I mean, riding through the volcano, that's pretty badass. Oh, what? Come on. So I have to do a fucking sick-ass bank, and I have to avoid the tiny, almost invisible tree as I do it. Okay, fine. So here I'm going to ramp over. They put a... Okay. So there was a little rock on the ground there as well, I suppose. Oh, this is so bad. You reserve the right to call me bad again because I said it's easy? Yeah, I said a section of it's easy. A section of it is easy. Look at the south route. It's basically just a straight line. You could just hold W and do that bit. But these bits I'm messing up, I would say, a little bit more tricky. That was a nice little recuperation there. The main habit I probably need to get into is holding to the right a little bit more before swinging off on the left. Like, that always makes things easier. Okay, here we go. Final lap. Let's try and not make any big mistakes this time. Like, this is the bit I would say is easy. Look at this. Nice, long. Okay. First actual turn, I scuff. It's fine. I mean, whizzing through the trees is quite nice. Reminds me a bit of the launch trailer, where they have that tracking shot going through the trees, watching a char that's running. I remember when that first came out, that specific shot, I thought it was like a Grawl or something for so long. It took me a long time to realize, oh, that's a char. Here, look. So if we go from the right, we avoided the bush. And then it's left here. My instinct was to go slightly on the right. I wasn't looking at the arch clearly enough, obviously. I don't mind slowing down too much there, just because that would have been an awkward thing anyway. I think we finally took that jump the way that the devs intend there. Hit the boost. That Bond of Faith's good. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. There's very little chance for me to get messed up on that. Just keep riding forward. Hitting these little trees is not good. But that also makes this bit easier. Hold this. I think the posts are kind of nice as well. Oh, that was really good. Going between those two bushes like that and just managing to rocket out the other side. Okay, we got gold on the final lap. We got a single racing medallion. Okay. Let's go back. When you think about it, the English language is strange. All languages are strange, I think. Some stranger than English. By the way, guys, have you not really been able to hear the game very loudly this entire stream? You can just tell me that. You can tell me when the volume's too low. What I'm thinking of doing is taking another good look at Launch Buddy and setting up a version of when you use Launch Buddy, you can launch the client with a set, like a preset of configuration settings. So you can say, you know, you can launch it with no culling and no shadows and low reflections to pull the frames up really high, right, for while you're streaming or whatever. You could do that, and then you could have like your normal gameplay version, and you know, you could, if you try hard, and you could do your PvP version where your shaders are on low or whatever the fuck you like to do, and you've got standard enemy models and all those things. You could do that with Launch Buddy. I've never like really looked into it, and with this upgrade, I've been a bit inspired. Speaking about this, so here, check it out. We've got the mount wheel, but then also we have the novelties wheel, which I've got on a very easy access hotkey. So you know, we can sit in our chair and do whatever we like. We can get our Basenji out. Hey there, buddy. And we can put him back home. Go home, dog. Go home. Or we could do this. So that's cool. But then the feature, I remember someone suggested this on Reddit, and it did seem like a good idea. What button did I push it on, though? I put it on a button. It was on the mouse, I'm pretty sure. Hello? I don't remember. Let's have a look. Oh no, it was on caps lock. We also have this. Markers. So a marker wheel. Now this one I think is actually genuinely really good. Now for some reason I about face when they get placed down. But if I want to put something like by this post, I want to say everybody stack over this post, I can put the love heart on the post. Oh, moved. Why am I about facing? I don't know why it's about facing me. Oh, I know why it's about facing me. Because the hotkey is hooking through Alt, which is also my about face bind. Alright, well, the about face I'll have to fix later. But the usage of this is really nice, you know, that you can just put this really, really comfortable. And then there's even a clean, oh, there should be. It asked me to set up. It says clear all. That is Alt 9. But then... Oh, here you go. Oh, so it dynamically expands. I did not realize that. So the mount one would be dynamically expanding as well. Oh man, it's such a it's a genuinely a really good tool. It really is a good tool. All right, well there you have it. So time trials now. Why do you start the streams in the morning? I'm always late because my life does not revolve around your life. It's weird that I know. I know that. I know that's very strange. That your lateness doesn't change my stream times. But there you have it. It's an odd one. Peculiar. No, I did explain why I'm doing it in mornings. But at the start of the Master stuff, you can go back to those VODs and watch those. I upload everything on to Wooden Potatoes 2, by the way. So it's there permanently. And quite a few of you guys are watching me there. There was a really funny comment I had. I've got to say. And listen, whoever it was that said that might be watching this as well. I'm not trying to be rude, but there was a really nerdy comment I had on one of those just like last night. So I used the word, what word did I use? I used the word permutation, okay? I was talking about builds, and I was talking about how, I'm going to go for it, how you can order the build in different ways, right? Like you can slot your different specializations and you can go up, down, whatever. And I said, look, I think I used the comment. I said there's lots of permutations of this build, right? Because basically I was saying there's lots of options that you can take. And that word came out. I don't know why. But this guy left this comment. He was like, I hate to do this, but as a mathematician, I have to correct you. And he gave like this solid paragraph about why permutation is not the correct word. And what I should use is just the word difference or something. Because permutations are about orders. And he like gave examples and stuff. I was like, that's amazing. I read that literally moments before the stream came on. But yeah, there's been some good comments over there on WP2. I am reading them, guys. I know that I don't like really love heart them so much. And I don't really respond very much. That's just because it's on Firefox and I don't really use Firefox much. But, you know, I did not think about the race at all there. And we just got a gold run. I really wasn't thinking about what I was doing or where I was going. It just sort of worked out. So yeah, kind of cool. The pedantry that knows no bounds. I wonder what the most like nitpicky little thing I've ever had someone go on at me about. Thanks, Turtle Jesus. Ever. I mean, really the most nitpicky thing. I'm not sure. But someone definitely holds that title. Let's pull through here. Wait, did I properly thank you there, Turtle, or did I just, like, gloss over that? Thank you very much for the sub, man. It's good to see you. It's good to see the turtles in chat. Look, when we get enough subs for another emote, I'll make it a turtle one. I promise. You can clip that and hold me to my word, alright? I promise that you will finally get your turtle emote. Whoa, that's some serious air right there. Next time I get enough subs. Of course, we have to get somewhere near 2,000, I think, but, you know. So you got to share the stream. You got to do those things. Combination, order doesn't matter. Permutation, order matters. Yeah, there you go. Tis Tyson has got it and wrote it much more concisely than the other comment. But I wouldn't have understood it properly without the other person. I liked how complete he was. Oh, okay. We hit a tree. Oh no, this is so bad. Beetle is so crazy when it gets off course. So, so hold on, you can't farm the gold chests, can you? That gold I just collected there, what was that from? What was that gold from? That was the first one I got? If that's the first one I got, then why did I not get a bonus chest? Ah, because I got gold on this 2 days ago as well, or yesterday. Right, that makes sense. Which dragon do you think will be next? I think Deep Sea makes most sense, but part of me wants to keep the Deep Sea dragons unknown, Phil. Yeah, I think the Deep Sea dragon has done a lot for this franchise. Just because of its position. Like, it's quite an artistic, quite a nice, quite a powerful thing to do, to say, look, we're revolving our franchise around these great entities. And by the way, there's not many of them. And by the way, we're not telling you anything about 1. Like, that's kind of cool. You know, that fuels a lot of speculation, a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation. A bit of authenticity to the setting as well, really, in terms of you don't know everything in real life, and you might not know everything here. I mean, it's handled a little bit weirdly just because, you know, he's been so distant. It kind of contradicts the movement of the world, and if he's so distant, how do we know about it? It's kind of that, how does the Pact Commander know Morgemoth's name kind of thing, you know, like... A part of me wonders if the only reason they've not done more hints at the Deep Sea Dragon over the years is because they don't really know how to introduce it, because it's like, what does the Commander know about the Deep Sea Dragon? You can't answer that question. There is no answer to that question yet until the devs sort of dictate to us what the Commander knows about the Deep Sea Dragon. Just as that had to do with Morgemoth's name later to reveal, oh, the Commander does actually know. So, you know, it's led to these things. But there's this cool, you know, there have been these cool moments over the years, such as the salt water appearing in the trials in Tyria during Heart of Thorns, you know. And external to the game as well, we've had like that art of the Hydra attacking Lion's Arch. That was pretty cool, you know, and people have always wondered, oh, is that something to do with the Deep Sea Dragon? You know, I remember a really old speculation of mine when that art was first found. It was on like the Heart of Thorns release page. I really liked that was just after Lion's Arch had been rebuilt from the destruction at Scarlet, and they basically made it into more of a fortress city, and they've got all those guns and things. And I remember, I don't remember what video it was or in the middle of what discussion it was, but I pointed out, I said it would be really cool if it was a part, I think it was pre-HOT, or maybe it was pre-Living World Season 3, and we were speculating what was coming there. And I pointed out how cool I thought it would be if, you know, the expectation is this tidal wave is going to attack the city, and this Elder Dragon's going to attack Lion's Arch. But the story is that they actually defend themselves quite handily, that they've learned from their encounter with Scarlet, and they've actually shown that they're a force to be reckoned with. And, you know, the free city of Lion's Arch is more of a thorn in people's side, and more of a, you know, a chaotic force in the world, perhaps, than it had been treated before. Because, you know, a pirate haven, not necessarily on the good side of other authorities and governments, could have been handled really well and really interestingly. But ArenaNet just kind of made them, oh, these are the good guys that everyone's going to hang around with. And Season 1 was all about Lion's Arch, and, you know, they were just basically goody two-shoes, you know, oh, we've all come together, and race knows no evil here, and all that kind of stuff, and there's nothing to latch onto or have fun with. But it's a pirate haven that's now quite powerful and well-funded, and has seen the horrors of, it is going to defend itself, you know, is going to be potentially regressionist in that way. And I liked all of that. I like the idea that they destroy a fucking Elder Dragon attack really handily, and then we move into this place where it's like, wow, Lion's Arch is a bit of a threat. But, and I still like that idea, but you'll realize I don't say that kind of stuff about Guild Wars anymore. I don't talk about that. The only place you'll ever hear me talk about those kinds of ideas is with regards to the Char and the Blood Citadel, really. That's the only place I can really see it, because the writers are just not interested in that kind of story. They're just not even... It's not in the ballpark. There is no conflict between our peoples. There is no intrigue. There is no subterfuge. There's none of that. This is not that kind of franchise. And it's a shame, because I think that this setting could have told those stories so powerfully. But there's a real fear from the devs to ever go towards that. And I don't know. So, what's the point in speculating about it, right? So, I don't really talk about stuff like that anymore. I don't talk about the, oh, Jenna could be evil, and all these kinds of things, because they just don't want to do it. Oh my god, that was rubbish. Oh well. Keswick's next with a Kappa. No, because there's no reason to do it, is there? You can't get gold on the tutorial run, can you? Can you get medallion? If you can get medals, I'll go for it. It'll be fun. It'll be something different to see. I appreciate I've still not shown you Snowden on any of these, but I really couldn't care less for Snowden. You can get 3 medallions from it, really? Alright, well, 3 is very low and is not very exciting, but I did say, so I will keep to my word. So we will do that. We missed one of the boosts, unfortunately. Lion's Arch could be Tyrion's Nassau, and it was kind of set up as that in the novels, but then it was just a new institution of law. A shame. Yeah, I was interested in looking back over the Zephyrite stuff and the Bazaar of the Four Winds, and I thought that this was pretty tackily written, to be honest, and I thought it was a bit amateurish, I guess. I don't know, but there was a line in one of like the blog posts or something talking about this the Zephyrites, and it was like all the governments of the world do not like the Zephyrites because they're black market and they undercut the value of trade, right? Which is just like, and I just don't like that sense that like, oh, they all act the same. Oh yeah, Divinity's Reach. The governments of Divinity's Reach, they don't like it. The Black Citadel, they don't like it. The Silvari of the Grove, they don't like it. It's just like this kind of fairy tale kind of, I don't know. It's just there's something really unintelligent and very shallow about kind of sweeping comments like that. It's like the governments of the world do not like the Zephyrites of the but Lion's Arch of the pirates has realized that they can cut their good deals, you know. And I like that idea, you know. That's as much as I just criticize that, at least it taps a little into the idea that Lion's Arch acts in its own puritanical interests, you know. But we don't get much more after that, you know. And that was only ever written as an excuse to combine the two. All right, there you go. Ghostfire Run and Rolling Race. So I finished the Oh, well, there you go. That's it. So there you go. That's the meta done. So the meta, what did that award us? Here we go. So we get the Racing Scarf from doing the meta. So we can double-click to choose an armor class. Now, I already have one of these, but I have, like, the shiny golden one or whatever, because I got all golds on everything when it first came out. I think this is the same. It's just not got that sheen. It's not, like, got that chromatic sheen, which in a weird way kind of makes it a bit better. So we do get three levels. So does this save us medallions, by the way? It's kind of an ugly character to show it off on. But yeah, so because this outfit is designed to look very bulky and big the whole way through. So then if you get rid of that, it looks very just odd and uncanny. But yeah, so we get the actual racing scarf here. And that's different to the, yeah, look. You got, and then there's the golden racing staff. Basically, this one's shiny. Obviously, it can be dyed however you like it, so it doesn't have to be golden. But one of them's shiny, one of them is not. By the way, I think the devs kind of had a good idea there. They could have done so many rewards in the game where it's like, here's your cloth material and here's your hard one, which is shiny. You know, that's something they could have done a lot. Okay, it's not saving us medallions because goggles and helmets are the other things. Okay, but nonetheless, let's get our quick gold rewards. Or, you know, not necessarily gold. I'm not going to commit to gold. But let's get our quick rewards in Gandharan, in Brisbane, and then we'll do the tutorial. Alright, and then that's the racing done. That's like a huge amount of racing we've done here. We've almost dedicated the stream to it, but we'll spend a little bit of time getting the cutting edge, right? Because we're so close to finishing the cutting edge. By the way, WP, I've heard hearting comments boosts your SEO, so it might be worth your while to heart any comment you see or even slightly enjoy, but all of them, but that's tacky. Yeah, I've seen people doing that. Yeah, I don't particularly feel motivated to do that, but no, I like the idea that if you get a heart from me, it's actually something special. I like the idea of it having meaning. I had someone recently, they dropped a comment somewhere, I don't remember. I think it was quite an old video and I threw a heart on it. And later I saw, I was looking back through old comments and I saw that they'd responded to themselves and said, oh yeah, WP hearted this, awesome. And I like that. I like, if you get a heart and you're like, oh that's cool, and then you just scroll ever so slightly, you see 1 billion people got hearts. And people who have expressed completely opposite opinions have got hearts, then that's a bit lame, right? We didn't already do this today. Why does this feel so familiar to me? WP, if you could design a wish for a skin of any mount, what would you really like to see? That's a cool question because you can be so creative, right? Because like if you think about the skimmer turning into a hummingbird, that's pretty hype. That's pretty cool. I've had cool ideas in the past, haven't I? Whenever they've announced new mounts, I've done things where I've basically said, oh, they could do this as a skin, they could do this. Why am I drawing such a blank right now? I'm not sure. Why don't I throw that back on chat? What's a cool skin? Like, so think about like a really, you know, new animations, new idols, like we see with the hummingbird, right? What's a really good combo, guys? What do you think? I've messed this up really badly here. Oh, we did make the jump. Casimir Raptor. Oh yeah, those old videos. Yeah. Rainbow Phoenix for Griffin. I spy a Guild Wars 1 player. Yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess. What do you guys think the hummingbird equivalent of a sky scale skin might be? What do you think? Oh, that was a bad idea. I thought that was just going to be a single right click. You're still holding out for mechanical stuff. Sorry, I hope you're not saying that in context of the gem store mount skin discussion. I hope you're not actually suggesting this franchise indulges in the idea of having mechanical changes on gem store skins for the mounts. I really hope that that's not what you think this game's all about. There we go. Let's go this way. I seem to say that little phrase there, let's go this way, when I'm happy with how I've just beaten a part of the race. No, you mean like the Verkles? What? A dragonfly skin. A dragonfly skin for what, though? The sky scale. Man, that would be kind of interesting. I don't know. I rather than skins, I think right now I'm just a little bit more excited about straight up new mounts altogether. What about, like, I was thinking, you know, the sky scale can climb on walls, right? Kind of like what we wanted with the spider. So what, I just thought this a second ago, and it's not going to work. So here's my whole train of thought. What if we have a spider legendary skin for the sky scale? So you're just in this enormous spider at that scale, right? I thought, well, obviously there's nothing about it is spider-like. But, so then I thought, well, okay, what other kind of insecty, what's like a flying spider? And I thought, flying ant. Okay, so how about they have a flying ant skin for the sky scale? Just a truly hideous, kind of gross thing that's really going to ick people out. Oh my god, I'm trying to look at chat too much now, so the races are going to go really badly. Oh, and we got gold as well. What am I doing? I've already got gold. Let's peace out. Let's go. What am I doing? Oh my god. Racing rots your brain. I was literally grinding that for no reason there. No reason. There was absolutely nothing that could have come from that. The only benefit to myself or Guild Wars 2 there was I made the game look populated. Alright? By the way, that's a pretty premium insult to throw at someone if, you know, they're not playing very well in PvP or in World vs. World or in your raid. Tell them that their only value is that they make the game look populated. Thanks for that. But now, GTFO. Okay. I'm not actually advocating that. I'm not promoting hate speech within Guild Wars. Or whatever. Okay. A rocket-powered turbo... I saw only a glimpse of that. Rocket-powered turbo slug. Okay. Hi, WP. Maybe you... Oh, fuck's sake. Maybe you already talk about it, but you're going to do Game of the Day again. I really like and miss it. Maybe. I'm just not that excited about any of the builds that I've been playing lately, and I'm not very good at the builds that I'm playing lately, and... I don't know. I've not got that... I feel like anything I put out would not be interesting enough to watch at the moment. Because what I found, I really do like side noding. I really like side noding. And I'm not sure why. I think it's just, that feeling of really sort of quite clearly knowing my role, and, you know, like, I'll fuck it up sometimes, or maybe even often sometimes, but so the game feels very clear and sort of comfortable for me like that, basically. You don't need a high IQ to know how to watch for a cross and go back, okay? And try not to get neutralized. So it's nice. It's good. In a lot of ways, I do think it's more brain dead just rushing around, bursting things on fresh air and hoping other people sit on nodes. Because basically, if you play anything too roam-oriented and no one holds a single fucking node, it's just so... Just everything about the game just feels really pointless and just crap. And you can't do anything about... By the game, I mean the match. It just feels horrible, so I don't know. At least I can ensure that, like, at least something's not a complete joke in a match I play. So I enjoy that, but then when it comes to game of the day, there's only so many times I can show a video of me getting plussed and then kiting and then coming back and then winning the 1v1 or losing the 1v1, but it was okay because X, Y, or Z, or what was, you know, it'd never be okay, or oh, I'm losing, so I left. There's only so many flavors of that you can show. So I don't know. And I know the kind of thing that people like watching. People like watching you burst stuff. They like watching you kill things. That's all it really is. If you play like something just very high aggression and you learn it well, you sort of get more interest than I think it's perhaps deserved. So I'm not sure. Like, okay, the last time I was really interested in doing a game of the day was the other day, where I was doing the Berserker Scrapper combo with an old friend. And I was stealth bombing this Berserker in with sneak gyros, and it was hilarious. It was really cool. But the rotations on that video, and I know people would love watching that because it's weird, it's kind of quirky, but the rotations on that map are so bad on that game. So I don't know whether I'll show it off. But it is hilarious. But that's like game of the day material to me, though. Not fucking pew-pewing on a Sikkim Soul Beast, or pressing F2 on a fucking Spellbreaker, or what else have I been playing recently? What was that other build I was doing a lot of? It's been about a week. I don't know. So yeah, that's all it is. I'm just a little bit out of inspiration. Let me go to where does the Kessex one start? It was like near the Tengu wall, wasn't it? It's somewhere around here, I think. I think he meant like char bike mechanical skins. Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, that's you could do like, okay, there's a legendary skin. I'll stick my hat into that one. Let's have a char bike for the Raptor, or Warclaw. I think that'd be pretty cool to do that for a Warclaw, you know? Especially because World versus World, and there's already kind of char buggies in World versus World. Alright, it was good to see you, Alpha X. Really glad you could make it, man. Yeah, we're almost done. So here, we'll do this for the 3 medallions. You guys ready? Hope you're excited. I don't know. Well, let's reset this to reorient his positioning. There you go. Got full thing, and we're off. But maybe Raptor is better than Warclaw, just because the Warclaw is such sort of a fringe thing. Is that it? Whoa! 1, 2, 3. There you go, guys. Number 12 of the whole day. That's insane. That's a lot, isn't it? We're done with that now. I'm pretty sure we're done with that. Christ. Is there a vendor next to this dude as well? Mast Roller F. Farron. Welcome to the high-speed world. This course, K6 Corner, is a quick sample to let rookies practice checkpoints and hairpin turns. Okay, whatever. Right, let's get the cutting edge. Let's get this done. Let's get the cutting edge finito. Yeah, some of you guys were stalking me in-game as well yesterday because I was playing one of the story instances in Discord. And as you can see here, it was because I was going for achievements. There's genuinely about 5 achievements I need for the opening instance of this patch. And I tried it yesterday, and I missed them all. I just really want the Corsair Jerkin, because you can't get that from reward tracks, so... yeah. Okay, Crystal Oasis... We've already done this heart. We have not done this heart. So let's just go do that as well. Because yesterday I knew that it was a bit weird the way that we zerged away from this, even though we actually sort of still technically needed some stuff. I'll go full brain dead mode as well. Put the content guide on. Okay, it's even telling us to go to that camp, so I think it's pretty good. The other thing I'd want to do for this build series is get like good fashion wars on every character that I do it on. I've really enjoyed that about the Elite Specialization series I'm doing, where, you know, I get to make my druid look druidy, and I get to put ley liney armor on, and I get to, you know, make the Rev wear all the Revenant stuff. Not that I've done Herald yet, but, you know, that's absolutely my plan. Okay, so, is this one of the ones people do for legendaries? What did I pick up? Food. Anybody hungry? Here you go. Hungry child. Okay, you need medicine. So do you. So we'll give you your meds. We'll give you some meds. They're basically just free, right? They just... Look, there's another one. There's just a whole line of them, and you can just keep delivering meds to them. Interesting. This guy's thirsty. That child's hungry. So someone donated this food. It's weird being here listening to the Aurene music, because it's here we first learn about Vlast. So it's kind of an interesting combo we have going on here, where there's the song of the one scion near the place where we learnt about the first scion. The more time goes by, the more I do actually respect their sort of posthumous ideas with Vlast and having him dead before you even get to meet him, really, and all that kind of stuff. I think that's quite a respectable and interesting move to make through the expansion. I think the criticisms for that are actually pretty misguided. Okay, so they're out of supplies, but there are other, like, depots, aren't they? Here's another depot. Get more water. Because I see a thirsty... No, that's a hurt person. Let's get him some meds. I will literally pay you to let me suggest dyes and skins and mounts for all your toons. Seriously? You'll pay me? What are we talking? What is this payment? It will all go on the Guild Wars 2 Master project, so let's hear it. Well, are you doing that to troll, though? That's the thing. You'd have to pay me quite a lot if you're doing it to troll. If you want me to, like, have some abomination on one of these videos, I would do it, but the price would have to be right, alright? Every man has his price. Oh, and that he sees. What did Jericho want me to see? Let's have a look here. Jericho, what am I scared of? See if the training worked. Do the guild one again. You now need to retry the guild race now that you've practiced so much. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. I feel like Beetle skill is more about application in specific areas rather than sort of broad strokes. But maybe you're right. Maybe I would be a little bit better at it. Probably not today because this is going to take a while and I want to do this. But maybe tomorrow we can, if you remind me tomorrow, because that is the kind of thing I will forget because I'm not particularly motivated for it. But if you tell me to do it tomorrow, we can try. God, so many people are injured. I really like another little thing on this heart, right? I don't know whether it's deliberate. I don't know whether the devs are actually trying to do this. But there's so many more hurt refugees than there is medicine. Through gameplay, like, that's frustrating, right? Because you want the heart progress. So they actually have excellent looter narrative here. But there's actually a really good pairing. Like, this guy's hurt and I really want to heal him for my own selfish interest. But they've managed to match the two together. And because there's so many hurt people, it gives you that impression of, oh shit, you know. These people are in trouble. I quite like it. Kill the Zaician. Is that a more efficient way of doing it? Thanks very much for the sub, Irakan. That's cool of you, dude. Welcome. Thank you. You love making really nice tunes that are beautiful and fit each tune and they're built thematically. Okay. So let's try you out. This is a scrapper build. This is a shredder dryer scrapper build. I'm pretty sure it will appear on the series. Ewendell as well. It's good to see you, man. 21 months. I'm pretty sure this will appear in the series. It's a scrapper build. Throw me your Guild Wars 2 dies, you know, setup or whatever, and we'll see. We'll see what you come up with. All right, so we've got the Awakened down here to kill. What are the chances you can do the Vabby meta one day in EU? I never found a squad that got it done. We actually streamed that ages ago. Back when POF came out, I tried to sort of show off all the big open world metas. It was not... Heart of Thorns was really good for streaming because there was just about a million things that you could do in these big metas and it would just work. But POF, there was like no point with any of it, so it was a bit lame, honestly. But maybe we can look back at that. The meta event, Madness event, will hopefully do some interesting stuff. So yeah, we can look at it at that point. Does that sound good? Okay. POI back in the city now. At the casino. So I'll probably waypoint here. Once that cripple leaves, I should be able to break combat. Yeah. So what do you guys think will tangibly happen with the meta event rework stuff? Do you think that they'll just tweak rewards? Do you think there'll be content changes? I doubt there'll be content changes, right? But in the world of tweaking rewards, what do you think we'll see? Okay. I'm pretty sure we're all good here. It's going to take me to the Vist. Hello. It's taken me to the Raptor area, which is lame because we already have that done. It's just it's not done today. So the content guide was never like tweaked up to sort of think about repeatable stuff. Maybe they like it this way. Maybe they like that you're being encouraged to do the repeatable elements of these things. You think they'll add amalgamated gemstones to them? Please just tell us in advance when you're going to do it. I need the Vabby meta for the back piece collection from episode 2 of this season. Well, currently I have no plans for a long time. By the way, they could have hidden a whole tunnel in there. That would have been so cool. I was going to look down, and if it was deep, I was going to say, by the way, that's a really cool looking area. No, there's a control to remove repeatable hearts. Really? From the content guide? You never got gold on Brisbane? No, I'm not going to bother with gold on Brisbane because that's a really technical, precise, long-term sort of route. And it's only a couple of medals. So, it's kind of whatever. Right, so hold on. That basically means how long till mission reset, by the way? I can't believe we're already thinking about doing missions again. It feels like we just did it a minute ago. Missions. Yeah, they have reset. So we can take some time for that. Let's grab this vista up here. What we'll probably do is we'll do Druid Stone tomorrow. And after Druid Stone tomorrow, we will we'll sort of treat it as the weekly reset or whatever. And then we'll go do missions or whatever. It just feels like we are only just doing it. Okay, that's the vista done. So we got this. I just want to get everything on this half of the map first. Just feel a little bit better if we're complete with that section. I suppose we can fall. It's no big deal. Options, ignore previously completed content. Oh, well. Spank me and call me Sally. I was wrong. So, here's the thing. You guys want amalgamated in POF. Aren't the POF metas, like, a lot more, a lot easier to do, basically? What I'm proposing here is, would that invalidate the Heart of Thorns stuff? Because people, you know, they're not interested in doing those metas anymore. Okay, that was our final vista. We've got all the waypoints, all the hero challenges, all the vistas. We need 5 POIs, and we need to do 2 hearts. So there's a heart here, Any POIs on this half of the map? There's this one here. Because we can always just waypoint back to the temple whenever we like. So we may as well get these things in the wilderness first. We also have 2 POIs over here. So that's 3 of them. I'm guessing the other ones will be elsewhere. So let's go south. I think this will be a good roller beetle. I think incense makes more sense for Path of Fire than amalgamated. Is incense the stuff you're buying from the hearts each day? Is that what that is? In any case, it's going to be really nice because they're pairing it with the bonus event, which means that whatever that daily reward is, if they're adding one, you're going to get some... Oh my god, I can't jump. That boost was just going on and on and on. You're going to get some really nice value out of it at the start, and that might encourage people to believe it's better than it is, and then you've got the community hooked on it, and then they won't leave for a long time. That's what a lot of this is, I think, actually. Incense is just the Path of Fire equivalent of crystalline ingots. So, if I put that into Heart of Thorns terms, the idea of getting ingots straight up from some metas. Yeah, that seems... That has a reasonable feel to it. The Desolation meta is really easy, but people don't do it because it's not rewarding enough and it's not on rails. As in, you can't just turn off your brain and follow the tag kind of thing. I don't remember this POI up here. I don't remember there being a POI on that. Oh, hold on. No, that's... You get to go inside that pyramid. That's where the whole expansion begins, right? And so, I guess that there's just a POI maybe climbing up a little bit while you're in there. Yeah, and the other ones are the Choya Bounty. Yeah, there's 2 here. That's why I'm coming over to this area. So we just head on through. Does that mean that Issa has never done the introduction to this expansion? I guess it does, right? So Tomb of the Abandoned. I'm opting to kill this because the combat break is going to take ages otherwise, and I really want to be on the skimmer. It's probably a bad idea because it's a veteran and it's a lot tankier than I thought. Like that there, that doesn't feel very good for the build, honestly. We got hit really hard by that. But I'm not sure sort of how to judge the Path of Fire veterans. Maybe they're really dangerous. Oh, the combat music was really good there. It was loud right when it needed to be loud, and then it got the fuck out. That was good. Okay, the Twilight Rock. So we now only need 2 POIs. So we've got these hearts to do. One of the POIs is here. I'm not sure where the other POI is. Maybe an area I didn't unfog. Maybe it's here, because I haven't unfogged this. So we can walk between the 2 hearts and go to that. That's the Forged Encampment. And that should be pretty good. Right. So let's see. Refugee. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So we just got to collect. So poultice, stitches, bandages, branch. All right. If I speak to Hader, doesn't this event allow you to get the heart done really quickly? Let me try this instead. We're under constant threat. Our guess will be safer. Okay. Let's see. Let's listen to our dialogue as well.
Here at the temple, able refugees can rest and prepare at the southern way station for their journey to Amnoon. Some are too unwell to travel, but we should move as many as possible. We should see who's ready to leave and then gather here at the fountain.
Okay, refugees gathered. So you have a little phase here where you convince them to...
I'll gather what little I have before we set out.
I thought there was actually... I thought you had to speak to them and actually pick options.
Come, Igdy. Time to go.
Oh, Igdy the dog. There's so much value and, like, detail in these dynamic events.
I'll go.
Shortly.
The
Gather
farther we
everything
are
you
from the
need now.
forge, the
The
better.
road to the southern way station will be dangerous.
What hope do we have against the Forged? We're farmers, not fighters.
I've got this.
Hear that, girl? You're gonna be just fine. Yes, you are.
Stay close. Keep your guard up. And with Cormier's blessing, we'll all make it to the Southern Way Station. If I should fall, retreat to the temple. Don't try to continue alone. Everyone ready? Good. Let's get moving.
Diego says, in regard to your speculation of hoping ArenaNet would implement build loadouts, do you think that would subvert the legendary gear acquisition, particularly armor? If what you're saying is, does it invalidate the effort you put into that a little bit? Absolutely it does, and absolutely it should, because it's not right that there should be such a significant mechanical and important, like, helpful bonus to what should be purely about cosmetic grind. So this would be a re-establishing of what Guild Wars is actually about. Okay, so that's just taking us out of heart range.
Those troops are blocking the road up ahead. Stay here. Cormier will watch over.
That feels pretty bad, man. You know, the initial idea for Hearts was that they would just lead you to areas where events go on, and events should be the things you're happy to do. But that's an event that takes you away from the heart, which is just so not right. Girl Painting, thanks very much for the $5 donation. That's really lovely of you. Thank you. So, yes, Diego, I think it is, and I think it's good. I think it was bad every time anyone ever enjoyed those updates coming into Legendary gear. I'm not saying it would totally diminish the importance of Legendary gear. You might still have an aspect of it that's worthwhile. Like, it might save on your inventory management and stuff like that.
Follow me.
Okay, her voice projecting all the way across is not good. So I'm turning it off now. Okay, let's start with that laceration. But in general, if it does hurt it a little bit, then I'm still fine. So we're going to give him stitches. Oh, what happened there? I just had a scary sound effect. Oh, OBS crashed. Are we still live? I think we are. It still says I'm live. Can you guys just confirm? Yeah, okay, I'm still going. What? Why did... he said he needs a laceration? And I used it for him. Was I out of range? Oh, there we go. I guess it was out of range. Next, I need something to draw out the infection. So we use the poultice. Yeah, this happened the other day. I don't know why it says that I crashed and then I'm not actually crashed. It is acting very strange, I have to say. It might be that chat broke. Oh, chat hasn't been on any of these streams, has it? Ooh, rip, I turned that off before. Yeah, it looks like chat is breaking. Chat is definitely the one that's breaking, because that is an old-ass chat you're looking at there, isn't it, guys? Those messages are not the current messages going on. Alright, better finish with something for the burns. To address them. Okay. No, chat isn't on. I manually turned it on, and then I manually turned it off. Yeah. Okay, may Cormier bless you in our time of need. This did not give very much. What's the other thing you can do here? Wipe Zaishan graffiti off temple walls. I always end up doing this part, but let's learn something new about Path of Fire here. Let's expand our brains, and let's see. So where is Zaishan graffiti? Is it in, like, areas of the temple I don't usually walk? Like around here, maybe? Is it under the temple? Is it in the little village? Is the village still actually in heart range? Oh, it is actually still in heart range. So the event here defending this would be pretty good. There's a chat. This is even in heart range. Look at how they've really extended the boundaries there. That's good. You just walked past one. The blue walls, apparently. Oh, I heard a ding there, but nothing actually turned up on screen, so I'm guessing that's another thing that's crashed. I will read out whoever that was. Oh, it's just Piffin. Thanks very much. I can see that in chat there. Blue stuff on the walls. Listen, guys, just a bit of advice for using Twitch chat. You can't just say something like, oh, you just walked past it, because there'll be a bit delay, and I'm not going to know what the hell you're talking about or when. You have to type in complete full sentences and explain with cardinal directions and stuff like that. Points of reference. I don't know. I don't know what that is. The other thing is, cheer up disheartened refugees. Where might a disheartened refugee be? Oh, here's one. Hello. I've lost everything. I don't know what I'll do now that everything I had in life is gone. You can always get new things. It could be worse. At least the priesthood is here to help you out. You escaped with your life and have chance. Oh, I don't know how to console these people. These all seem like valid points. Can't I just give him the 3 arguments? Give him a body of work. Not a soundbite. But look, I think probably... I don't know what to do, he says. Telling him he has a fighting chance at better days sounds like something to do. Well, getting new things sounds like something to do. But this seems like it dismisses his prior possessions too much. Could be worse, at least the priesthood is here to help you out. That seems just empty. I'm going to go to the bottom one. Maybe you're right. There's one thing at least I can be grateful. There you go. We got it. I am socially inept, but the red triangle-like graffiti at the blue pillars. Okay, I'll try and keep my eye out for it. Here's another disheartened refugee. That gave me like nothing. Now, this is why you don't experiment, because I could be done with a heart by now. I was separated from my family. I don't know where they are. I'm so worried. You survived. There's a good chance they did too. Keep looking. You're right. There's still hope. That one was easy. That one was easy. There's another one over here. My home back in Alona was destroyed. Where will I go now? Where there's life, there's hope. You can rebuild. That's true. There you go. Alright. I'm coming back to helping the people who actually need help. That's right. The mental states of those other people, that's got nothing on these people, you know, who are actually ripped apart in body. Okay, here we go. The healer said I needed treatment. First things first, we're going to set your broken bone with a splint. Social skills are for losers. It's just that, you know, ailments of the mind are not as important as ailments of the body. I should take care of this serious-looking laceration next. Would you rather be lacerated or depressed? Right? Exactly. Exactly. I'm doing what counts. If you could remove all the psychiatrists in the world or all the doctors in the world, who would you remove? Let's just be real for a second. Who would you remove? Okay? If we had to make that choice. If aliens came down with ray guns and said, we are annihilating the human race unless you pick one of these. We are here to evaluate your decision-making skills. Okay? This is how it would go. I need something to draw out the infected wound. Alright. Matthias gets it. Yeah. Okay. Now you need something to adjust your burns. Yes, guys. What? That's the joke within the joke that you know, everyone's highly educated in those fields. After all that, you still feel hot. You're probably running a fever. Okay, may call, may bless you. Thank you very much. Come over to this one. The healer said I need treatment in a specific order. Let's start with the laceration. If this bar just went off a little bit quicker, this heart wouldn't feel quite so tedious, I think. It's really fun, but it's just sort of that replay dimension that I think the devs need to think slightly more carefully about now that hearts are replayable. Better finish with something to just the burn. After playing with the FF14's mounts, I could definitely say Guild Wars 2 handles them better, but Guild Wars 2 mounts movements are OP as hell. In 14, they hardly go faster than sprinting. Also, the script of 14 is much worse than Guild Wars 2. Also, Guild Wars 2 has the better intelligent short person race. That's a really weird, like, spread, scattershot spread of review talking points there. Here you go. This is the event I wanted. So we can probably finish the heart with this. Yeah, like, every Zaishin kill is, like, doing a whole thing through that dialogue window. It's kind of mental. The morale's down to 79%. Another wave over here. It's all scattershot, but it's true. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you described about Guild Wars 2's mounts there is kind of the game in general, though. I think the devs at that studio, ArenaNet, really seem to just, they don't really think very big picture about a lot of the stuff that they do. They just think, is it fun? We got to do it. Like, there was a really cool thing on one of the recent guild chats where two of the devs were talking about developing the Sky Scale. And one of the guys said, well, yeah, look, we worked on this together. We're kind of the yin and the yang a little bit. The one guy is always like, oh, this would be really cool. We got to do it. This would be really cool. We got to do it. And the other guy said, and every time he says that, I have to be kind of the yang to it. And I have to say, well, but isn't this a bit strong? I have to be the quiet voice that's saying, is this too strong? I remember seeing that on guild chat. And I thought, fucking right, mate. Absolutely good. Be that voice that says it's too, but don't be a quiet voice. Get in his face and tell him it's too powerful. It's too nuts. Think big picture. Keep within the boundaries. Right? Like, those quiet voices need to stand up. So anyway, it was a cool part of the chat. But yeah, as a general gist of the game, I think ArenaNet's super lenient when it comes to the kind of things they implement. And they just kind of go crazy with stuff. And it means that they invalidate a lot of their old things. And it means that, you know, in a lot of ways, I think they box themselves in and cause problems later on that they didn't ever need to put themselves in. But all right, let's look at this. I never see on these. I never see on these what it is I would be buying for like daily progress or whatever. I just don't find it. Alright, so we got to help the villagers of Zephyrs Trace. But if we go via this route, we can unfog that last area and probably get that last POI as well. So I'm going to do this kind of from memory here, based on the story instance, and sort of just go in reverse. There should be an exit at the back of the temple. Is this the exit? Yeah, and then we come up here. And then we go, like, down. No. It was over this way. Yeah, off into this. Good morning, SN1V Snive. Is that your name, Snive? Okay, and yeah, here we go. There's a POI in here. Also an event I don't know if I've ever done. I'm not sure I've ever done this. What is this Crucible event? Group event. Destroy the disrupt the Forge ritual and destroy the Crucible. This is interesting. So we got to kill the high mages. This is a group event, so we will probably wipe and die here. I just want to be clear. It's okay because we already got the thing. So for this, we got to break its break bar. I really don't have much I can contribute to that break bar right now. Cannonade seems pretty dangerous. If you guys want to help out. I mean, this is a very low CC build. Maybe that's one of the things we can improve. Here we can get the combo field dazing strikes. Just wait for the... There you go. Okay, it's vulnerable. Is that only burnable for a little while? Okay, it died. Forge mages killed 3 or 4, so someone else tried this before. Okay, so we're going to go 5 and 3 and try not to be in another combo field. This guy Chaos Stormed at the same time, so we got Chaos Aura instead, which is kind of lame. But we got all the CC we needed anyway. Okay, and now the Crucible itself is vulnerable. I like that word, man. Down it goes. Do we get any dialogue? I know that dialogue volume's muted, so I'm just watching very closely to see. In the chat box and around me physically. We've got 2 pulsing brand sparks. The Elonian wall shield. I can function gyro one of these guys. Oh my god, there is dialogue. How dare you misbelievers interfere with our work? Balthazar fought for you once, brought you into this world. This is how you repay him? That spirit's time was over, we say. He says. You cost it... wait, what? I can't see and fight. Hold on, we'll read it later. Hold on. That spirit's time was over. You cost it a chance to be a part of our victory. You succeeded only in denying that worthless shade the honor of service. That was only a setback. We will prevail. Praise Balthazar. What are they talking about here? But I love that comment. He brought you into this world. So this feels pretty group event worthy. This is kind of like there is actually a combat meta on this map. You know, you've got the casino and then you've actually got quite a major fight here. Battered forged components. Nice, the whole area is cleaned up as well. Look, there's no more like murk on the screen. I honestly had no idea all of this was here. That's really cool. I like the guy whose name is Ranger Pet Scum. Okay, Destiny's Gorge then. Wait. And the last POI was here. Let's get that first and then the last heart. And we have it, guys. We will have the cutting edge. This is insane. What cleanse do I have on this right now? I'm genuinely not sure. Does this cleanse? It doesn't. Does this cleanse? It doesn't. I don't have any cleanse. This build has 0 cleanse. There's no trait proc that's giving me cleanse. There's no combo field that's giving me cleanse. There's no sigil, no rune. There's nothing. I put 0 cleanse on that. That's probably a really bad idea. Even for a PvE build. Absolutely none. Even for a PvE build. We should probably look at that. Yeah, I can't remember what... I don't think it is Sanctuary Rune, actually. It's Scholar Rune at the moment. This is just stuff I had... The gear I haven't really figured out or really looked at very much. But this is just what I would have been running on Hollow in raids or something ages back. And I don't want to run something... I don't want to dedicate a whole utility skill. Like, the idea is the crazy... The Scrapper Gyro... the Shredder Gyro Flamethrower combo is just really fun. So I don't want to get rid of that. And with a hammer as well. Just so that you guys know, like, the fantasy of this build, okay, is you've got the Spare Capacitor AoE, the Hammer 5 AoE, the Shredder Gyro AoE, and the Flamethrower autos. Like, the number of little packets there is bonkers. It's really cool. Like, there's a stupid amount. And it can hit really hard as well. Well, I mean, as far as PvE is concerned, obviously there's stuff that's going to trump it, but... I actually think I still have a male. Yeah, this guy last month, I was playing this in PvP, and just like blowing people up at mid on it, because no one focuses, no one anticipates the damage coming from the Scrapper, and yeah, if the circumstance rolls right, it can be a really funny build. That I was getting quite a few comments about while I was playing it. But like all builds like that, it's super vulnerable and, you know, a gimmick and a silly thing to really do. Obviously eaten up by retail as well. Do I have a light field? No, there's no light field on this. I mean, I could put the mortar on as far as PvE is concerned. But the idea of it's a PvE build, I really like the sneak gyro to like sneak out of stuff. Maybe the answer is to take like a cleanse on the sneak gyro. So it'd either be Lissa or leadership. Maybe Lissa is actually better than leadership as well on this build. Because you don't need any more boon duration for the might uptime and the fury uptime and all that kind of stuff. And precision is pretty high value in this format. So Lissa might be better. Also, you're more likely to be solo running around, so the AoE part of the T6 isn't so relevant. Okay, do we get heart credit killing elementals and stuff up here? Let's see. We do. Nice. All right. This will be pretty much a core Tyrion experience we've got then. Let's aggro him. Let's aggro him. Aggro him. Oh, I don't actually think I'm getting credit. Did I not do enough damage? I think I didn't do enough damage and everyone's blown him up. I mean, this elixir obviously is fairly low value. So maybe I can do something about that. Why have we got combat music on this one? This doesn't make any sense. WP, so how do you feel about streaming? What do you mean? That's a bit broad. There are bits of it I like. There's bits of it I don't like. I found myself really quite excited to do these, though. I don't know what it is. It's kind of that regularity. Just getting in, making a bit of progress each month. I've found myself really excited by it, genuinely. It's been kind of cool. Do you have a video on that mount select build? I do, yeah. Just go to YouTube and type Guild Wars 2 radio. I'll be the top video there. Or put Winning Potatoes in as well. Everything I say in that is 100% relevant. It's a slightly older version in that the Warclaw wasn't in game, so that's slightly different. And there's a new feature on it, which is this for squad markers. But everything that's in that video is how the tool works, and installation's all there and all that stuff. So there's nothing you have to... Basically, just when you install it, you'll be surprised at some extra little things in there as well that the video didn't go over. Am I never tempted to turn off dynamic combat music, given how much you complain about it? No, because I actually like it in a lot of areas of the game, but in POF, not so much. There we go, the cutting edge. So we get the Hollowsmith's cash. The Hollowsmith's cash, for what it's worth, is a consumable you can open. You'll get an exotic from it. Another key, dude. We got crap. A mini claim ticket. A die that I've already got. This is like one of the lowest value Black Lion chests it's possible for me to get in the whole game. That's such a low value Black Lion chest. Yeah, because we get like fucking terracotta die out of it. That's really low value. But the main event, the cutting edge. Nice. Cool. I'm going to dump that in my bank straight away because I can't be bothered to slot hollow. Oh, I guess I could slot hollow on. Let's slot it on and see what it looks like, shall we? Feels only right. So what swords do I actually have on this character? And what stats can we select to? I'll probably hold off on that. So Berserker, Marauder, and Martial. Now, when this update goes through that they put the blog post up on, does that mean that this is going to have a ton of selectable stats and the elite specialization ones are better? But look at that. They really think of Hollow as a glass cannon thing. It's so funny how they miss the mark with stuff, you know. Like, this is, like, so glass cannon oriented, and then, yeah, it's actually a really well-rounded thing in a lot of formats. And then there's some other stuff that you want to play like a glass cannon, but you can't. There's no Berserker on it. What was the other thing I did recently? And I was like, why is there no Zerk on this? Anyway, yeah, the cutting edge. I'm not going to select stats, but we will equip it. So what's cool about this, if you guys don't know, is while Sheath... We're on an Asura, so this is going to look rubbish. And we're in water as well. But while Sheath, this is it here. It's a bit like the Incinerator. Can you see? It's like this baton by my side. Now, when I unsheath it, it comes out. It's basically a lightsaber, okay? It's for all the geeks that like Star Wars, okay? And there's going to be a lot of overlap with MMO players and geeks that like Star Wars. So, yeah, it kind of comes out. They can't put the iconic sound effects and stuff on it, and you can't dye it. And it's also not their first rodeo doing a lightsaber type thing. But there it is. It's one of the better ones, I think. Kami got your scrapper look. There's an Imgur. Oh, that does look pretty cool. That is pretty cool. By the way, you can totally change the body stuff. Wait, so you're giving me that, and what are you paying me for that now to run that? This is amazing. That's pretty good. The spec weapons will not have changed the stats that can be selected. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, so there you go. I think that's pretty much it. So what we'll be looking at tomorrow is, for some reason, I'm not excited about it at all. I think it's just because it's been too long since I played it. We're going to go back to, we will not be playing Guild Wars 2 tomorrow. We're going to be playing Druidstone tomorrow. I really do recommend you guys check it out. It was a fun game before. I'm going to have to troubleshoot and figure out the frame issues, though, because that was horrible. Maybe that's why I'm not excited, because we had the frame problems. So we'll do that. But then when we're back to Master, what we'll look at is... well, okay, so we're done with the Beatles now. That's that whole section. What else do I need on side stories? I've got to finish these rifts off. And I've got to defend a couple of places from Joko invasions. That's done. This is infinite and done. I've already got all the AP possible from it. This is done. This is done. This is done. So, yeah, maybe we'll do this a little bit more. Or perhaps it's time to go back to Sky Scale stuff. Actually, yeah, Sky Scale. We're gonna go forwards with that on the War Eternal again, and we're gonna work towards getting the dragon. Okay, so yeah, this is the next one, Saving Sky Scales. This content requires all the episodes of Living World Season 4, and first of all, we're gonna go find Gorick and begin a magic quest. So that'll probably be what we do next. It's been cool to do the racing, and there'll still be races in, but we'll just do one circuit of each for more medallions as we go. And yeah, good progress, I think. Good progress all around. Closer to more novelties, closer to more good stuff. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you over on another stream tomorrow. Oh, yeah, wait. Subs and donations. I already did read them kind of today, didn't I? The subs today were Just Piffin. Hold on, let's...